In this video, I'll be sharing with you a requested tutorial from my group on how to cut this stylish overbust conical corset pattern for this pattern. Now, let's start by marking my dart. Go ahead to mark my nipple to nipple divided by 2, right? And I'll mark this at the bust, under bust, waist, and blouse length. I'll go ahead to place my ruler connecting from the bust all the way to the blouse length. Now, after connecting this, I'll divide my shoulder, the remaining part, into 2 and mark. I'll place my ruler and I'll connect this up. After connecting, I'll be marking a dart intake of 1 inch on both sides, and I'll also mark at the other side of the pattern. Now, this is my dart intake at both sides. If you're a plus size or you're a bit busty, please go ahead to use 1.5 inches. Unless your bust is on the smaller size, you can go ahead to use 1 inch for your dart intake. Now, place your curved drew, connect from the bust to the under bust, connect to the other side of this pattern. Now, I'm going to go ahead to measure where I want the corset pattern to start. So you can place from your shoulder or measure above your chest line. So I'm just using 2 inches above my chest line. Please go ahead to take this measurement, it's very important. Now, for my dart intake, I'll mark 1 inch on both sides. If you're plus size, go ahead to use 1.25 or 1.5 inches on both sides. I'll place my curved drew and I will connect. When connecting, I won't make it too curvy, and I'll also connect at this side. Now, the next step I'm going to take is to mark my measurements. Before going ahead to mark that, I'll outline my pattern. Now, the next step is to insert my measurement. I'm going to mark my bust circumference divided by 4. For the dart intake, I'll pick this one I have close to the bust line and replace. This will help to tighten the upper part of the bust. If I add it by the side, I might have more excess at the side of this pattern because you're making this pattern with just ½ inch sewing allowance. Here, mark your under bust circumference divided by 4. Measure the dart intake you have here, replace, and then just add ½ inch for your sewing allowance. Now, go ahead to mark your waistline if that is what you're using. Now, my waist is 28. I want to snatch out 2 inches from it. What I'll do is 28 minus 2 will give me 26. So I'll divide that 26 by 4 and mark. Now, measure the dart intake, replace, and add ½ inch back for the sewing allowance. So here you have a conical effect. Mark your hip circumference divided by 4. Measure this dart intake you have here, replace, and then add ½ inch for your sewing allowance. I'll first of all connect my pattern before going ahead to mark out the slight conical effect we have by the side of this pattern. Now, after connecting, this is what I have. Next step is to mark my bust dart. Now, measure your shoulder to waist in front and measure your shoulder to waist at the back. My shoulder to waist in front is 17, while for the back is 15.5. If you take out 15.5 inches from 17, it will give you 1.5. So this is how I got the bust dart, and I marked and connected to the bust or the dart line. Now let's draft out the neckline. I'm just going to go ahead to pick a point. How deep you want the neckline to be is a sweetheart neckline. I'll just use a freehand sketch to draw out this pattern.